Welcome to Magic Gathering Strat. My name is Ted, and this is Project Grixis version 2 wrap-up video. So, I'm actually quite pleased the way the deck worked. I think we played a lot tougher competition, number one, in the two-man queues and in the tournament practice room. So, you have to factor that in. Plus, the version 1 results, I think, were just a complete aberration, just a lot of luck, and playing lesser quality decks also. So, here's the deck as it stands. You can't see the sideboard here yet, but it's there. Alright. And I don't think there's a whole lot of tweaking to do in the sideboard. Maybe a little, but I'm okay with it. Maybe Vampiric Link is not something to worry about. I haven't seen a lot of burn, to be honest with you. I've seen a ton of Grixis decks, though. I mean, it is, I think, at the top of the meta as a percentage of decks. But so again, I call upon you guys. Make some suggestions, please. I was overall very happy with the deck, the way it played. I think I have to cut down an island and maybe put in a mountain or another Dragon Skull Summit. I think, you know, I ran into a lot of situations where I was short red. And, I mean, we do have a lot of red spells that have, you know, red in them. There's, you know, 17. I mean, I think of blue as my main the main mana I should have, and it's extremely important, especially to get to a fast start with Delver and have up control magic. But the reality is, I think that we might either have to, at the very least, flip an island for a mountain. I think, though, that I would suggest, and I think the way that I'm leaning is of putting in a couple of Bloodstained Mires, if they're still relatively inexpensive, which will help us fetch, say, either a Blood Crypt or so I'm thinking maybe of adding another Blood Crypt and another and a Watery Grave, and then two more fetch lands in the form of Bloodstained Mire. Bloodstained Mires, because the Polluted Deltas, especially right now, they're around $7.50, $8 a piece, so they're really going to hurt our budget. I was very happy with the way Blightning worked. It's a little slow, but I think it took people a little by surprise. They don't expect it in this deck. I have Radical Strum. I hadn't had a chance to use it. It's in here really for graveyard hate. Not, I mean, it always has. I mean, if we do have a lot of Pyromancer tokens and we have this in hand, you know, we can win the game right away with it. But it's there to get rid of somebody's graveyard, particularly with all the Grixis decks running Snapcasters and Culligan's Command. I might want to add in another. I liked the way Faithless Looting worked. I liked it much better than Thought Scour as the deck is constructed. I think Thought Scour is the card that you want once you have, you know, the whole deck assembled. You know, the premium deck assembled. But right now, I think Faithless Looting is pretty good. Maybe there's the blue, I can't remember the name of the spell right now. It's, I think it's a blue and 2 mana, draw 3, discard 2 unless it's an artifact. We don't really run artifacts, but that's a possibility. I think I still like Faithless Looting better. It's, you know, it's a quick 1 red. We never have to cast it again out of the graveyard if you don't want to. And, you know, I think it's okay. I think I'm alright with the 2 Terminates and 1 in the sideboard. The rats are quickly becoming less and less. I'm liking duress a lot more. It doesn't take care of their creatures, but maybe I like duress a little better than a negate. Remedio mentioned that it trades well with negate in terms of what it does. And I did like Essence Scatter. Creatures give us problems. Obviously, in the Scape Shift match, that wasn't relevant and they crushed us. But generally speaking, creature decks are a problem. So having a counter versus creature versus an additional counter versus a non-creature spell like negate or the dispels seems like a good idea. Vampiric Link was, like I said, mentioned, hasn't worked out very well for us. I mean, there's been occasions where I've played it. I don't think I played it in any of the recent games, but like I said, it was in there for burn, and I haven't been seeing a lot of burn. So that might just be a meta call just to pull that out and maybe put something in. So please give me your suggestions, and I will try and implement them as best I can within the $15 budget. Remember that. We're allowed $15 MTGO to go from this version to version 3, whatever that may be. So thanks for listening. I hope to hear a lot of feedback from you guys. I'm doing this primarily to, you know, as a way to interact with people. Please give me a lot of feedback on my gameplay. I know that there are still tons of mistakes. I'm improving slightly. I didn't forget to scour so much as I did before, but I still make gameplay errors. And sometimes I'm very lost as to what is the best play. Or another weakness I'm finding is whether to mulligan my first my starting hand or not. I'm having a lot of difficulty with that. So please feedback on when you watch the games. You know, should I have mulligan? Should I have not have mulligan? Why? You know, please give a reason why so that I can understand and apply it to other situations. And I think that's about it. Thanks a lot for listening, and I'll see you next week with version 3. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. You can find us on Twitter at MagicGathStrat, Facebook /MagicGatheringStrat, or on the web, magicgatheringstrat.com. There you can find articles and free prize-supported leagues. This is all brought to you by our Patreons and cardhoarder.com. If you enjoy this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/MagicGatheringStrat.